Welcome back to Reykjavík Grapevine's series on the volcano in Iceland. My name is Josie and Gaitens. I'm a journalist at Reykjavík Grapevine. I'm here with my boss, Editor-in-Chief, Valur Grettisson. You can't laugh, but that's the truth.
It sounds very bad when you say it out loud.
Yeah, you don't think you should be in charge of anything, really.
That's my opinion, but...
We've been chatting about the art and Valur's experience visiting the volcano over its lifespan. But that lifespan did eventually come to an end, and that's what we're going to discuss today. So the eruption started in March.
Yeah.
You were visiting very regularly.
Yes.
When did you start to notice things tailing off?
It was in June. It was like March, April, May, June. Yeah, 3 months later. And like we said in the last episode, is that the volcano was always surprising you in so many ways. It went down and then it became this fire geyser, like absolutely beautiful. And so, like, that was odd behavior, I have to say. Basically, just going down often means it's kind of done. But then it came up again, so and even more powerful than ever before, and pushing more volume of lava than ever before, actually. So we were like, okay, perhaps it has one more month, right? Perhaps 2, perhaps 50 years. I mean, who are we to judge it?
Nobody knew.
Nobody knew. But a month after it became this fire geyser, it went silent again. And then we were like, that was the moment I was like, okay, something is changing just in the rhythm of all. And I started to notice, just as an amateur, when it found its pulse, it always repeated the same pulse for X amount of time.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it changed somehow and it was a little bit different. So I thought, okay, perhaps the pulse is now like every 30 days or 27 days or like every 3 weeks. It goes down and then it comes back up again. And that actually became the thing. It was like it went down and then like it was silent for like 1 or 2 days. All the media was like, okay, that's it. It's over. Don't worry. The gas. You never have to think about this cyanide again or whatever that was. And the moment they basically just aired the news, then like in the same like on the web, there was like it's off again.
Yes.
Like like not bubbling away like in a beautiful display. And often it was for those that were there when it came back up, it was absolutely amazing, I think. And me and Art actually, we were one time we were really lucky when we saw it go down. That was the weirdest thing I've seen when it comes to the volcano, because it was bubbling away and it was very just like a volcano, and we were getting a bit used to this, and then all of a sudden it just went down. And the thing is, we didn't really realize how much noise was coming from the volcano. So when it went down, it was like. There was just absolute silence, and we were like, was it just going down? Is this it?
Have you witnessed the death of the volcano?
Right, and what a moment that would have been. Like, we're like, did you get it? Like, no, not really.
The camera is never on at the moment you want. Yeah.
So he started recording, and I did a bit about that. I absolutely love it. I've gotten beautiful books. I've gotten Polly is always getting something beautiful. Like she got candy. It was very well. I loved that actually, and. Yeah, it's you are way too kind to us. But until next time, yeah, just keep on watching, I guess. Check out the next video. Okay. Goodbye. One more thing, we couldn't actually leave without just showing you this. We were in our innocence, recording the sound here for you, of course, and we were trying to get the sound from the crater. But all of a sudden, like in a split second, it just went off. It's incredible. It's like the 16-hour time frame is over or something, and it was like literally like someone just just put it off. So as you can see here, there is just smoke. The crater should be over there. It's probably hard to see it right now, like the mountain itself, but it's absolutely incredible. And this means, and from now on, it's like 5 minutes to 11. It's always bright, of course, still. So after 16 hours from now, I don't even know what that is. Remember, I'm horrible in math. So then the eruption will begin again. So 11 o'clock, Monday night, just keep in mind, and we'll see if this will prove to be right. So, again, see you later. The rhythm was always like this. It went down, the meteor was like, it's off, and like went off, back up, and off and up, and so on. And then we were just, okay, this is just a rhythm, like all of this has been. It's the weirdest thing about this. The only way to compare volcano to something is basically just waves in the ocean or something.
Right.
It just has some patterns and rhythms, and we perhaps can't see it, but it's there. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until this period was basically from like the whole summer, like July to August, and it wasn't until in September, and then it was like the gaps between eruptions were always becoming longer and longer and longer.
Yeah, people were kind of watching it decline. I mean, personally, I was pretty sad about it. Like it felt like losing a friend or something at that point. You felt quite attached to it.
Yeah. Me and Art, we felt the same. We were almost sad. Not just almost. We were just quite sad. We were like, because we were there, like we felt like we witnessed the birth of a volcano when we saw it the first time. This little cute volcano, not gonna hurt anyone, and didn't hurt anyone actually, and basically. We saw it like becoming like this, almost like I don't know, like perhaps it's corny, but it was like becoming from a moth to a butterfly, like when it was like a huge, beautiful, like screaming like geyser, and then just becoming like an old, like retired volcano, like like okay, it's your time, and like like let one more time, like.
I mean, it was this like whole like life cycle that we were watching, and I mean the thing is as well, like this volcano meant so much to people, because as we were explaining in previous episodes, happening as it did in the middle of the pandemic kind of saved Iceland a little bit. So many people came to visit, so many people were tuning in all over the world to our content, but also to all different kinds of coverage. It kind of represented a new phase when everyone was so bored of listening to the news about COVID. It was something special.
And the volcano was like, and let's not underestimate this, like nature, when Icelanders are in dire problems, nature always comes to rescue. It can destroy us, like within some years, but it can also, and have often saved us. The best example is basically Eyjafjallajökullsgosið. Try to say that. And that eruption happened in the mid of the banking crash in Iceland. We were angry, broke, frustrated, and ready to kill someone. Well, perhaps not, but we were very angry, and we didn't really know what to do. But when that eruption came, it captured the world, and it literally stopped it for like 6 days. Nobody could fly between the US, like North America and Europe. And what happened, and we didn't foresee, is that it became the best and the biggest advertisement of all times for the small, unique Iceland. Meaning that we went from like tourism, we were between like 250 to 350,000 tourists every year, to well over 2 million over years. And you can imagine like how, I mean, we went from like turning this banking crisis into the most lucrative like craziness of all time, which is very Icelandic also, because we are very opportunists in some ways. And then we have this, exactly the same volcano, like not the same, but it's like it comes in a tired times. Like exactly, it's COVID. People are dying. Everyone is very stressed about everything, and also tourism, which we were starting to rely on heavily, all of a sudden disappeared.
Yeah.
But this volcano just came like nothing, and I was like, "Hello, you want me to do a dance for you?" And it was just insane. So I mean, and we got like very like. I think the situation would have been much worse for Icelanders if it wouldn't have been for this. So it was like, I mean, it was just the entertainment that we really needed at the time.
Yeah, it was incredible. But you know, I think ultimately it was a real loss.
Yeah.
But it might not be the end.
No, that is true. The thing is, of course. We are all like, we know now that this peninsula is just starting, like the activity there. These 5 areas, like 5 volcanic stations that are there, they are officially all up and about right now. This means that there could be an eruption everywhere in this area. We think it's more likely it's going to be in the Reykjavík area in the near future. It could happen tomorrow, could happen in like 20 years, but not in 100 years. We know that this will happen sooner than later. And this will actually impose a lot of challenges.
Mostly to you, having to hike again?
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for me. I don't know how we're going to do it. No, it's like it could be quite threatening for towns around and so on. So it's actually not a laughing matter. But so it goes.
But again, nobody knows, and we just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
For now, as far as we know, the earthquakes are quieter. The volcano is dead, as far as we know. But it's a landscape that has been irrevocably changed.
Completely terraformed.
And it will never be the same again.
No. And that alone is what I love right now, is that even the lava is still warm.
Yes, even in all of the snow that we've been having this winter, if you fly over the volcano, the area is still completely black with the heat of the lava underneath.
It's very much alive, the area, and much to see there still today. And if you actually want to walk on the lava, you can now actually.
Yeah, we've changed our advice regarding that. It's no longer a danger, but there, you know.
Just be careful.
Yes.
You could actually go down something and cut you, but I mean, you could also just get into a car crash or something. So it's like things happen.
Please don't do either.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the volcano came to an end, and you know, we don't expect it to erupt in the coming days. It certainly seems to be the end of this era.
Yeah.
But it's still a remarkable landscape and a remarkable thing to reflect on. And I think it's time that we go back to the volcano.
Yeah, how about that? I'm more than down for it. I haven't visited the volcano now for... when was the last time, Art? Like 6 months, more.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, even Art has no idea. So, yeah.
Let's go check it out.
Let's go.
Oh my God. And you can see like the sulfur deposits on it.
Yeah, right.
Changing the color.
And there is still a lot of toxic stuff coming from it. But that's that. It's like hauntingly beautiful.
Yeah.
Interesting also, like this lava is not it's not smoking as much as the lava down in the other valley.
Yes. So what would you call this area then? Because people are always confused about what name goes for what place.
All right. This is actually Geldingadalir.
Okay.
So it's like
Castration Valley.
Yes, this is. One way you remember, we hiked here.
Yeah.
And we went down here basically.
Yeah.
And this was just a huge valley. It's like a dune.
It feels like being on the moon.
Yeah.
Like, I know that you can say that about a lot of places in Iceland, but this is unbelievable.
Whoa. Yeah, this is incredible. It's like... Also, look at how flat all of this is.
Yeah.
And the cracks here.
I don't know why that is. I don't know why some bits have
Ooh.
stayed more smooth and then others have obviously cooled, moved in different ways.
It's not hot though.
No.
Doesn't even like get so hot from down under.
I'm way more nervy about this than Valur is. I'm just like...
Wow. Check this out.
And this is much warmer. So I think this is where there's like...
Yeah, more heat down there.
more heat and more gases escaping.
We should take this with Hilmar. You can send this to someone. Okay. Should we go a little bit further or I open this?
I mean, it looks... When you see the cracks, it does look like this level is quite thick.
Yeah, it
which
is,
is
of
making
course.
me feel a bit
Yeah.
safer.
I mean, it's relatively safe, but it's, of course, always you have to assess a little bit
Yes.
the danger levels here.
Danger, yeah, and it's always relative as well because it depends on your fitness level,
Yes.
bringing the right gear,
And just knowing the area, I guess.
yes, and
But
the
also-
weather.
And look at the, like, it's like a white beach or something, like in the end. Interesting.
It's amazing to see these different textures. This is the surface where it's relatively smooth. You can see these small air bubbles. And then underneath, all of these different gas air pockets that have dried within the lava as it's cooling. It's very light. Helicopter.
It stopped erupting, like, officially in December, last December.
Yes.
But it stopped a little bit before that, and I think it's safe to say that, yeah, this is quite hot.
This is hot, and
Let's go back here.
let's go around this way. Yeah, you do have to be careful and kind of watch your step on the lava when you're walking because there's a lot of air pockets. This is quite thick, it's quite safe to walk on, but there are bits where it's more fragile and you could fall through and, you know, you're not going to fall far, but you could really hurt yourself.
Yeah, but the volcano, of course, kind of stopped erupting last fall. So
Yes.
it's almost 1 year old when it comes to that.
And they had to wait. The reason why they didn't declare it officially over is that they had to wait and see whether or not the eruption would restart again.
Yes.
But after 3 months, essentially the lava on top is pretty much too solid for
Yeah.
an eruption to start again. Well, you can really feel the heat now,
Yeah, right.
and you can see it sort of shimmering here.
And the thing is, keep in mind, there is not running lava under here. But if you go down onto this and far enough, the heat can be very intense and it can burn you quite severely. But the higher you get, the less the heat is, basically. So this area here, because it's so close to the crater, the newest crater, it's probably the newest one and it's still cooling down. And it takes years, by the way, to cool down. Just the first year, it's the hottest year, of course. But for example, in Volcano, it happened in 2010 in Fimmvörðuháls, in 2010, 2011, the winter. That was like the lava there was still hot a few years later.
Yes.
There was no snow there ever, but still was like very high in the land, in the wilderness. So it's incredible for how long this can be hot. And for example, if you want to come visit Iceland, you know, come here 3 years later, you're not really missing much, to be honest. Like, it's still gonna be this spectacular. It's still gonna be quite hot. But see these dunes there, like you can just see the colors. This means, of course, that this area there is still quite hot. Although this year, if we put our hands down here, I mean, it's warm, but mostly of the sun, I guess. But it's not that hot. So it's different after, like where you are, basically, I guess. But yeah, this is not, of course, like, we call it number 5, but I think YouTube called it something else. There was a YouTube group, they named it like Bob.
Yeah, there was a few different names for the different craters.
Yeah, I loved this actually. It was really fun. It was like people are very involved in this, and I just loved that. There was a community around it. And they called this something else, but I always just called it number 5.
Yes.
That was because it was always just called that in the news.
Yeah.
But also you can see there in distance, this is actually crater number 2 over there. And if you want to know where number 1 is, number 1, which was Bob, it just disappeared.
Yeah, it's somewhere under the lava.
It was around here, but the lava is so high it ate it up quite quickly. So it's, and keep also in mind, in our first episode, first time we ever did this, we did it from the mountains over there. And behind Art, if you want to show you, and we were much lower when we started, and you can just go to the back and just see how odd it is actually, like how deep the valley was.
Yes, I mean it's incredible how this landscape has just been completely transformed, and yeah, this what we're standing on right now, the depth of the lava is really deep. Like we're far above where the ground was originally. But I think like this seems like a good spot.
Yeah,
to toast the volcano.
I need to give Polly something to drink. I think she's asking me for something at least.
You need to give all of us something to drink.
Yeah.
Ideally.
We actually we are celebrating, to be honest. Yeah, like this. Just hold this, so I can do this. Yeah, I brought actually champagne with me. Not only just some champagne, but champagne that Bjartmar actually gave me. And Bjartmar is so funny. He always gives me Christmas presents, and it's always something silly, alcohol or something food related. Look at that.
Lovely.
Enough. More. He's good. Okay.
Should I put this on your collar?
Yes, please.
Seems like a better idea than just following you around with a mic.
Oh, I like it.
I don't know. I've got better things to do with my time.
But do you have the glasses, right?
I have glasses.
So this
Although
is
Polly
because
has been sitting on my bag, so let's see if they're...
Oh
no, they're in one piece.
You have to love Bjartmar, and I have to say thank you to him. I don't drink this, and like I got it for Christmas present, so what is it, 6 months old or something. I'm not a fan of this kind of drinks, but this is brilliant. Wow. Oh, this is just champagne. Right?
This is the real deal.
This is the real deal. So, we're gonna have a champagne. Are you gonna give us to? Who's gonna drive us back home?
He's gonna have a sip. We've got a long hike before we get back to the car.
That is true.
I'm very nervous about how it's sitting. I've already, if you watched our kind of intro to the YouTube membership video, I bought a bottle of champagne to toast.
Yeah.
And got out of the car round the corner from here actually and immediately dropped it on the ground, smashed it everywhere. So this is why I'm not allowed to hold it.
Yes. Simple as that. Whoa!
Whoa! What? I mean, it has been in your bag.
Yeah, this has also been standing in my window.
Oh my god!
Just being sunbathed for like
oh yeah,
for months.
That's the perfect way to treat champagne.
Yeah, I think so. It's the proper way to do it, actually.
I don't know. I think that's kind of fitting for a volcano, right? A bit explosive.
Yeah, right. It just exploded all of a sudden. Well, we have to say cheers to Aft also.
Yeah.
He has been amazing.
Incredible job.
Incredible job for the mountain.
Skål.
What a mountain. And skål, yeah. It's quite nice.
Yeah, I could get used to this.
So, do you think it's going to open up again?
Yeah, right now.
Right
Here we
now?
go. Yeah.
What a fitting ending that would be. What would we do, though?
I hope someone would recover the camera.
I mean, it's incredibly nice weather.
Yeah, we couldn't have got luckier than this. And who knows? I mean, obviously, it's Iceland. Like, there's going to be another volcano sooner rather than later. This area is still continuing to be incredibly active.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily mean that this is going to be the next spot. There's some other places that are overdue an eruption.
Yeah.
So,
Also, I mean, if you want to be really, well, optimistic, pessimistic, like however you look at it, a big enough earthquake might actually open everything up again, and it might fissure up, because this seems to have been like this. It was not like these conventional volcanoes where like this goes into a pocket and then explodes.
Yes.
It came straight from the earth. That's why the volume of the lava was always the same somehow.
Yeah.
It's quite amazing. And of course, so the reason it was so for such a long time.
And it's, you know, scientists have learned a lot from this specific eruption, and they've used it, for instance, with the La Palma eruption, which happened quite soon after.
Mm-hmm.
Scientists who were working on the volcano in Iceland and who were measuring satellite data about the volume of the lava were able to take that knowledge and apply it to other locations. So it's been a really interesting experience, and that's partially because it's been so accessible to people and so easy to look at this landscape from all different ways. We at Reykjavík Grapevine, we're so honoured to have, like, we've met so many of you, and we've reached out to people in all different corners of the world, and we've made these connections, and we're just delighted that you want us on your TV screens and want to like watch the silly things that we have to say and do, and we've tried to keep you informed, and we'll continue to do so, volcano or not.
Yeah, and I have to say I'm very glad. I mean, I do like the office, to be honest. I do like to be on Facebook as such,
Yes.
but social media. But to be able to like get out and hike to a mountain in work, just to do a bit about a volcano and information about it, it's the oddest job that I've ever had. But it was absolutely wonderful. I mean, crazy times.
Well, cheers to that.